Have you ever felt like your emotions are controlling you, leaving you frustrated, anxious, or downright angry? What if I told you that you could take back control? Not by suppressing your emotions, but by understanding and mastering them? Imagine turning your anger into power, your anxiety into focus, and your stress into calm. Sounds impossible? Well, it's not. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the 3-step formula that can help you handle any negative emotion that comes your way so that you can live a more empowered and balanced life. Stick with me. You won't want to miss this. The first step in mastering any negative emotion is to acknowledge it. We often try to ignore or suppress emotions, but that's where we go wrong. Suppressing emotions only gives them more power. When we deny our emotions, they tend to come back stronger, often when we least expect them. Instead, acknowledge your feelings as soon as they arise. It's important to note that acknowledging an emotion doesn't mean giving into it or letting it control you. It simply means recognizing that the emotion exists without judgment and that you're giving yourself permission to experience it fully. What does it mean to acknowledge an emotion? It's not just about naming it, it's about truly experiencing it, understanding its presence in your body and mind. Your body often tells you what you're feeling before your mind catches up. For example, anxiety might show up as tightness in your chest, while frustration might manifest as tension in your shoulders. By recognizing these physical signals, you can identify the emotion and address it effectively before it. Imagine you're about to enter a stressful meeting. You feel anxious, your heart is racing, and your palms are sweaty. Instead of ignoring these feelings or trying to suppress them, pause for a moment and simply say, "I'm feeling anxious right now." This simple acknowledgement can help you regain control in the situation and prevent the anxiety from escalating. By acknowledging the emotion, you shift your focus from being overwhelmed by the emotion to deciding how you want to respond to it. Journaling is a great tool for acknowledging emotions. Writing down what you're feeling can help you track your emotions over time and identify any patterns that might be affecting you. Are certain people, places, or situations triggering the same emotions? Recognizing these patterns gives you a better understanding of your emotional responses and can help you pinpoint exactly what's at the root of your feelings. By acknowledging your emotions, you prevent them from silently building up over time, which could eventually lead to an emotional outburst. This step is crucial because it helps you diffuse emotions before they escalate. Once you've acknowledged the emotion, the next step is to understand the root cause. Why are you feeling this way? Often emotions arise from deeper issues, and understanding these underlying causes can help you deal with the emotion more effectively, rather than just reacting to the surface-level feeling. This is where you dig deeper. Reflect on what's really going on. What's triggering this emotion? Is it a single event, or is it a culmination of smaller frustrations? By recognizing the root cause, you separate the emotion from the situation itself, making it easier to manage and respond thoughtfully. You're feeling frustrated with your job. Instead of just focusing on the tasks that are stressing you out, take a moment to ask yourself, what's really bothering me here? Maybe it's not the work itself, but the feeling of not being appreciated by your coworkers or manager. Understanding this allows you to address the real issue, your need for recognition, rather than simply managing the frustration itself. Often, negative emotions like anger or sadness are linked to unspoken expectations. We expect people to behave in a certain way, and when those expectations aren't met, we feel hurt or upset. By identifying these unspoken expectations, you can start to let go of them and create more realistic, peaceful expectations. Self-awareness is key to understanding the root cause of emotions, and it empowers you to address issues at their core. When you understand the root cause, you can challenge the beliefs or stories that might be fueling your emotions. For example, if you're anxious about an upcoming presentation, you might realize you're telling yourself, "If I mess this up, people will think I'm incompetent." Once you identify this story, you can reframe it into something more constructive, like "I'm doing my best, and it's okay to make mistakes. No one is perfect." By reframing the situation, you transform negative emotions into opportunities for personal growth and improvement. The final step is to choose your response. This is where you regain full control over the emotion. You don't have to react impulsively or emotionally. Instead, you can take a moment to pause and decide how to respond thoughtfully based on the understanding you've gained. Sometimes, the best response is to do nothing. Simply sit with the emotion and let it pass. Emotions, like waves, tend to rise and fall. By allowing yourself the space to feel your emotions without judgment, you can let them run their course without letting them control you. Other times, you might take action, like addressing the issue that triggered the emotion or having a conversation with someone involved. The key is to thoughtfully decide how to respond, rather than simply reacting impulsively or letting your emotions dictate your actions. You're angry because a colleague took credit for your idea. Instead of reacting immediately with frustration or resentment, take a moment to reflect on why you're feeling angry. Maybe it's not about the credit, but about feeling disrespected or overlooked. By understanding this, you can approach the colleague calmly, express how you feel, and resolve the issue without escalating it into a confrontation. When you consciously choose your response, you can transform the emotion into a positive, empowering action. This step gives you the ability to act intentionally rather than being controlled by the emotion. You might choose to express yourself calmly, take a break to reset your emotional state, or even just let the situation go if it's not worth your time or energy. Bonus tip: sometimes our emotional reactions can become habitual. You might react angrily when things don't go your way, or withdraw when you feel sad. Over time, we build automatic emotional responses, and these can be hard to break. But the more you practice choosing your response, the easier it becomes to override these habitual reactions and take charge of your emotional state. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to respond thoughtfully rather than automatically reacting. Here are a few extra strategies that can help you manage negative emotions more effectively. Mindfulness helps you stay present and observe your emotions without judgment. It allows you to notice emotions as they arise and deal with them before they spiral out of control. Daily mindfulness practices can train you to respond to emotions calmly and thoughtfully. By being present in the moment, you prevent yourself from getting caught up in the emotional storm and can create space for rational thought and action. If you're feeling overwhelmed, try visualizing a peaceful place. Imagine yourself in a serene garden or sitting by the ocean. This mental exercise can help you calm down and reset, making it easier to handle the emotion. Visualization can act as a tool for grounding yourself and shifting your mental state when emotions are running high. Physical activity is another great way to help release tension and process emotions. A walk, some light stretching, or even a quick jog can help you feel calmer and more grounded. Exercise also boosts endorphins, which improve mood and reduce stress. Regular physical activity helps you process emotions more effectively, as it reduces the physical effects of stress. Sometimes, talking to a trusted friend or therapist can provide valuable perspective. Discussing your emotions helps you process them and gain clarity on how to move forward. Speaking with someone who listens can ease the burden of negative emotions and help you find solutions or coping strategies you might not have considered on your own. To recap, the 3-step formula for handling any negative emotion is: acknowledge the emotion without judgment, name it and fully experience it, understand the root cause, identify what's really triggering your emotion, choose your response, decide how you want to react thoughtfully and intentionally. By practicing these steps, you can regain control over your emotions. It might take time, but with consistent effort, you'll be able to handle any negative emotion with confidence. This leads to a more empowered, balanced life, where emotions no longer control you. Start today, and you'll notice how these steps help transform your emotional experience. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to turn negative emotions into valuable opportunities for growth and positive change. Don't wait for the next emotion to overwhelm you. Take charge now and start making the most of every moment, no matter what emotions arise.